grateful. When I wake up in the morning, I feel so alive. When I wake up in the morning, I feel the spirit.
Good morning, everybody.
Wake up in the morning, I'm here to thrive. So I wake up every day.
Look at this adorable picture.
Wake up, this is what I say. Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, and I'm free to be me.
That's right.
I'm free to be me.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Inspiration Live. It's December 4th. This is Season 2, Episode 49. That means at the end of this month, we have completed 2 full seasons, nearly 2 years of doing this, streaming, rarely missing a Sunday. I think there was a handful, a couple of them here and there. I hope you're ready for the cuteness of this background. We not only have a wintry background, but we have a new bed for Keone just for the holidays. Is that the most adorable thing or what, huh? Go ahead. Post your comments there about, on a scale of 1 to 10, how adorable is this background here? Thank you so much. I want to say hi to Jillian and Yvette and Crystal and Megan and Bevelyn. Let's see here. Life Help is in the house too. Hypatia, Lisa, there's Jennifer. Is it Nikhil from India? Welcome. So by the way, if you're watching live or even if you're watching the replay later, please post. Let us know where you're watching from. And if it's your first time catching a live, like being here live in person, in real time, in person, so to speak, let us know that, and because we like to celebrate first-timers. And you'll get a whole bunch of welcome messages in the live chat there. And if you are watching and you have the ability to pop in a comment there, I know that's not always convenient for everyone, depending on what you're doing and what device you're on, but we'd love to connect with you in real time. So you might notice Pooki Lee is once again missing. This is the second of 3 weeks in a row that she will be out of town. So real quickly, and I'll be showing some photos of her travels in a little bit, but Pooki flew from St. Louis to Hawaii, where she goes often, where her mom and her sister live. And they live in the Big Island, and yes, there's a volcano, some activity there, but most people on the island are not nearly as worried about it as people outside of the island. The news makes it out to be a lot worse than at least the locals feel about it. So she's safe, but now, actually this week, starting 2 or 3 days ago, and for the next few days or so, Pooki is in Japan. Yes, Japan, her first trip to Japan, going there with her mom and her sister, and they went there to actually teach Hawaiian hula. And look who it is in the chat right now. Greetings from Japan, Pooki Lee, right there in the chat. Here's the crazy thing, because I guess their flight from the Big Island to Japan, they crossed the international date line. So she went from being like 4 hours behind me in time to being 15 hours ahead. So it's actually midnight Sunday night in Japan, where we so she stayed up late to be with us. Shiraz, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. First timer watching from Florida. Welcome. Great to see you here. We were just in Florida. We did a little tour of the state. I think someone else said Keone is a 10. All right. Oh, Melody's a first timer from California. Welcome. The pup's name is Keone. Yes, Keoni. It's a Hawaiian name, not surprisingly. So thanks for asking. Is this Roxanne? I guess also from Florida. Oh, that's cool. Digital Business Garage, listening to your affirmations daily. Love to hear that. Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, Maria's here from Sweden. That is so cool. Prashant, perhaps, from India, and he's also a first timer. That is really awesome. Cool. Honey Mix Prayer Line, first time watching live from London in the UK. Let's see. Yeah, awesome. So keep posting those. Crystal says on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 20 for cuteness, the cuteness factor with Keone in the background. So Pookie, how do you like the background in Keone's new sled dashing through the snow? Yeah, there's a story there. Maybe we will share when she's back in town. Oh, I did pronounce your name correctly. That's awesome. Hello, Lisa, and who else we got here? Deanne is up. What's up, Sunday Inspiration Party, people? That's right. It's always a party here on Sundays. Utopia, good morning. Welcome. Watching, as usual, from Michigan. And look at Pookie here. I'm so grateful to be here celebrating with you. I got some photos of their travels that Pookie sent me that I'm going to share in a little bit here. Oh, there's Holly Ann from Melbourne in Australia. I think, if I'm not mistaken, oh no, it's maybe not quite the exact. It's similar to the time zone. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. in Melbourne, but it's midnight in Japan. So yeah, I'm sure Pookie will have some stories to tell about her. Amazing that the Big Island volcano erupted. Well, it's flowing. It's not erupt. Well, depending what your definition of erupted is. I'm assuming this 100 is on the cuteness factor of 1 to 10. Yes, indeed. Love Keone's sled. Thank you, Lisa. That's great. Oh, first timer from Italy. Oh, we got this. We describe this as a global family, and it is. And we're just amazed every week, and we see all the different countries that are represented here. So yeah, let us know especially if you're outside of the U.S. Let us know. Let us know that. Yes, he is warm and cozy. He's pretty chill. And he's been sleeping in it. I've had it out in the on the couch, and he goes to it quite often. Pookie says, "Don't you just love it? Keone is so cute. He needed that sleigh." It was something we saw at the pet store and we kept saying, "No, we don't need that. That's just like a." But she had to get it last week during a Black Friday half off sale. So that was good. So even though Pookie is in in Japan and in a whole different country, I have a couple of pre-recorded things here. So here's what's in store. We're gonna, in a moment here, I'm going to do Pookie's going to get us all centered and a little breathing exercise takes a couple of minutes. That was recorded in Hawaii earlier this year. I got a couple of original songs, some songs that I wrote, many years ago. That I'm going to share with you today. I've got we're going to have a little video dance party of our song "Set Your Vision Free." Oh, I've got Bob's Comedy Corner. Wait till you hear the theme for that coming up a little bit later on. And then we have a pre-recorded segment that Pookie and I recorded before she left for Hawaii and Japan, all about how to identify your limiting beliefs. There's one thing about replacing the limiting beliefs, but unless you've done really the work of identifying what they are, and we go into depth about that in that pre-recorded segment. So, and then we have some community photos. I'll be sharing photos of again Pookie's adventure in Japan. And a little video there from that. Well, you'll see it's at the top of a very tall Ferris wheel. But let's cue up right now. Let's get centered here. She explains what exactly is going on here in the beginning of it, so I don't have to set it up any more than this. So just watch it and enjoy this pre-recorded earlier this year in Kona, Hawaii.
Aloha, I'm here on the Big Island, and I wanted to take a moment to share with you the sacred breath of unification. Every Sunday morning when we go live on YouTube, I like to anchor us together in this unified breath where we activate our living life force essence together at the same time. So I'm here in Hawaii, here graced by this beautiful Mother Ocean. And in this, we are going to breathe in the essence of aloha. And then we're going to also exhale the essence of aloha into the world. So are you ready? We're going to come together in this sacred holy breath right now, breathing in deeply into the core of your being, aloha. And then exhaling, aloha. Breathing in deeply again, aloha. Exhaling, aloha. One more time, deeply into the belly, aloha. And then releasing with that sacred breath, that Ha spirit of aloha. Thank you so much for breathing together with me and with our global community right now in this very moment. We are connected through our breath, through our hearts, and through our souls. So, it's so beautiful to be with you here. Love, 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 love. So much love for all of you. Blessings.
There you go. Even though Pookie's not present with me in the room, she's present with us in the chat and some pre-recorded segments here. So yeah, definitely enjoy having those to share with you. A couple of comments that came in I want to highlight before I play my first song here. Look at this. Is it Branko, perhaps from Croatia, is here. Welcome. That is fabulous. Let's see here. Is it Tata from India? It's Sunday just ended, or it's 8:40 p.m. here. It's late in the or later in the day, but not as late as it is in Japan. And this, Mary, hi Bob, from also from India. So man, I noticed actually in my dashboard and my analytics, if with YouTube, that there's a lot of people from India that watch my videos. So thank you so much for being here, Carlene. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, here's what a comment. I've never heard, this is a unique comment. I've never heard, what did I miss? I had to chase chickens. First time ever. I just wanted to highlight that. It's not every Sunday that we get a comment like that. So I hope you had success chasing your chickens. Allison, first time from Canada. Our friends to the north, thank you so much for being here. And then is it Ferdis, perhaps, from Kashmir, who listens to the affirmations on the daily. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm glad that the affirmations have been helpful. Let's see, what else did I miss this year? It's 4 p.m. in Spain. Tina's joining us from Texas. Oh, another person, Sumi, perhaps. Probably not pronouncing that right, but welcome also from India. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, there's Deborah from Cleveland, Ohio. That's fabulous. We got Claris here and Melody, and oh my gosh. So I'm going to play a song right now. Yeah. Somebody, Megan, you asked, you can request a song, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to play it, depending on what it is. But I've already got some stuff prepared that I sort of went over this morning. But feel free to ask, and if I can't do it this Sunday, maybe we'll work it in on a future Sunday. So pop that in there. Yeah, what are some of those of you who are regulars that are familiar with our music, what are some of your favorite songs? I would love to be able to see that. And we'll work them in more, but we kind of rotate through them, so we're not repeating the same stuff every week, you know. Mm-hmm. And when Pookie's out of town, it gives me an opportunity, to play some songs that maybe are more appropriate for solo songs that I don't really do a whole lot when she is here. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to do for you this morning. I think that's coming through. This is a song. This is one of the first. So I've been writing songs and playing in bands for many years, decades. Let's see here. This was one of the first songs that I purposely wrote with a positive message, kind of an uplifting message. This was like back in my mid to late 20s. I wrote this song. And so, who knew that years later, especially over the past 15 or 20 years, I write nothing but kind of uplifting message songs. Not that there's anything wrong with other types of songs. There's, music and art should express the full range of human emotions. So there's a place for songs about feeling down and blues and all that stuff. And like I said, the full range of human emotion. But just Pookie and I are on the same boat, or in alignment with using the music that we create to lift the vibration of the planet and other people and whoever comes in contact with it. So it's my first attempt from years ago, a song called Be Who You Are. Do you ever wonder once in a while, does the sound of laughter make you smile? Try to put the world inside your dreams. Make the images come real, you see. This isn't all philosophy. This isn't all a lie. We're not just passing time till we die. So be who you are, never let the world take that from you. Be who you are and always do your best to make your dreams come true. Do you ever look life right in the eye? Do you ever stop and wonder why? Have you had the urge to stake your claim? If you try to fear will not remain. These aren't broken promises, are shallow alibis. We can't give up on this till we try. So be who you are, never let the world take that from you. Be who you are and always do your best to make your dreams come true. This isn't all philosophy, it isn't all a lie. We're not just passing time till we die. So be who you are, never let the world take that from you. Be who you are and always strive to make your dreams come true. Be who you are, never let the world take that from you. Be who you are and always do your best to make your dreams come true. Come true. Come true. Come true. There you go. A song that came through me in the, I don't know, maybe I was like 27, 28, 29, something like that. Just a young pup with a rock and roll dream. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm back with the reverb off. All right. Awesome sauce. The guitar was plugged in this time. Let me just pop in and check out some other, some of the comments. We'll give some shout outs here. And then I got some photos to show you. Awesome. Thank you, Monica. Appreciate the kind words about the about the song there. Prior, I've been listening to affirmations for about a month. It feels amazing. Thank you so much. I'm glad. I always love hearing that the work I put out there is impacting people in a positive way, whether it's music or my spoken word or whatever the case may be. Hey there, Tricia. Good morning to you wonderful souls. It's always good to connect here on a Sunday morning with our global family. First timer and listen to my affirmations. That's awesome. Yay. Let's see here. Oh, that person I referenced earlier. First time from Pakistan. Oh, that's so cool. Welcome. I love y'all's music so much. They are all favorites. So that's really cool. There's some conversation about Keone in there. Let's see. Hey there, Eileen Smoke. Yep. Hope you got the. I hope the she chased those chickens too. So good to see you, Eileen. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Keone the well, he's not a red-nosed reindeer, but you know what? Oh, let's see. Awesome. What is this? Oh, thanks. My students. And you are so happy and grateful for the. Oh, so you. I'd be curious to know how you. So you share your affirmations with your students. What grade level or age are they? And I'd be curious to know anything else you want to share about that. But I love that sharing it. I don't know if they're college students or high school or grade school, but that is awesome. Thank you so much. Allison listens every morning. a lot of comments about chasing chickens in there. I think that's the theme of our day. Good morning, Joe from Northern Virginia. Good to have you here. All right, fabulous. Oh, let's see. Well, I have often have that. A lot of people say that my music reminds them of songs that came out in the '80s. I will totally embrace that. I love the '80s. Was heavily influenced by it. I've never heard the hippie gatherings in the early '80s, but if that works for you, that's a good reference, especially if it's a positive memory. Go for it. Oh, Shiraz was born in Sri Lanka. Any fellow Sri Lankans here? You never know. Let's see. Melody likes the song Grateful for My Life. Yeah, thank you. That was a favorite. That's about a year old. Still getting its legs. Donna says, greetings from Chile, Wisconsin. Okay. All right. And Jillian loves, I guess, the song I just did, a melodious commentary on removing your limiting beliefs. Yeah, and which is the theme of this week. Melody says, I enjoy your soul massage and opening up to the good albums and your affirmations set to music. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna get on Spotify, some people don't even realize this. If you use Spotify or Apple and actually any of the streaming music services, if you go there and search for an artist, my artist name, Bob Baker's Inspiration Project, that's the artist name. You'll find about 14 albums of like some of the stuff that you have on YouTube here. So it's another way to consume it. But YouTube is the place where all the newest stuff is. So that's the primary platform, if you will, to get my stuff. But I am putting more of that stuff into the Spotify and the streaming universe. So awesome. So we got a lot of people from around the world here. We got a lot of first timers, and so we're gonna we gathered together some of our friends recently just to celebrate all of you who are just here, all part of our global family. Look, it's nearly, I think, over 90 people here simultaneously right now, and over the course of the week, a couple thousand people or more will watch this. So whether you're watching it live or in the future, we just appreciate you being here, and so we just wanted to express our appreciation. Some of our friends helped us out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... That's for you right there. We applaud you. Before I show some photos, some community photos here, I just want to remind you to please. It's great that you come to the YouTube channel. It's great that you're here this morning, or that you listen to my videos throughout the week. It's great if you listen to my podcast or my stuff on Spotify. But a more intimate way that we can stay in touch and keep you up to date on all the stuff that Pooki and we have some pretty cool plans for the new year. We're going to be revealing those slowly and surely over the next weeks and months. But to get on the email list, that's the place where we can really communicate one-on-one with our friends, fans, followers, whatever you want to describe it. And so it's really easy to do. Go to my website, which is simply bobbakerinspiration.com, bobbakerinspiration.com. And you'll quickly see how easy it is to get on the email list. Just enter your name and your email, click the submit button, and I'll even give you 6 free downloads for taking the 2 seconds to do that. One extra step you need to take, though, is to immediately go to your inbox after you submit that, and you will get you need to click on a confirmation link because it won't add you to the list until you do that. So you got to go look for it. That means you got to use an email that you check on a regular basis, and then check it regularly because we're going to be sending out, it's the primary way that we really want to stay in touch with people. And so if you could do that, if you don't already, that would be super awesome. Let's see here. It's time for community photos. I need like a theme song like I have for Bob's Comedy Corner. I think we need like a little theme song, a little video setup for the community photos and videos. I'll work on that. But let me pull up some of these. First, I'm going to start with things that don't involve Pooki. So last week, we always invite people who watch on Sundays to send in a photo of yourself doing in a setting that's related to something that we do, just not just random phone, headshots or glamour shots or whatever. Or you in the park, but something either holding one of my books. It could be if you got some merch or T-shirt or a mug or something. That's great. But in a really easy way. And Katrina just did this. Look at this. Is Katrina last week took a picture of herself in front of her, I guess her laptop there, while watching the live stream. So thank you, Katrina, for sending. See how easy that is. She sent that in, and here I am giving her a shout out. Samantha Binns. I don't know if Samantha's in the chat this morning, but every month she's been holding a High Vibe Tribe meetup in Raleigh, North Carolina. And they're small gatherings. They meet at a Starbucks there, but there's a little festive photo of who is it? Oh, that's Leslie on the left. There's Kim in the middle. She's been a regular attendee, and there's Samantha on the right. And so they, if you're in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, they meet the first Friday of every month at like 6:30. There's a Starbucks. I don't know if it's on Strickland or something. I had to get the address, but yeah. So that's really cool. Really appreciate Samantha taking those on. Now let's turn our attention to Ms. Pooki Lee. She's live in the chat, but she is now in Japan, and these are some photos. I guess they flew into Tokyo, but they're staying in a city called Yokohama. Yokohama is where they are, for those of you who are familiar with the area. But this right here is a picture of Pooki. I believe this is probably on the Ferris wheel that we're going to come back to. I got a video, actually, we're going to show of them at the top of this Ferris wheel. But there's Pooki in all her glory in Yokohama. Here is a photo of Pooki and her mom, Lonnie Lee. And that's a beautiful photo of two beautiful beings. So that's taken in Japan just in recent days. Again, she's over there in Japan with her mother and her sister Kamakea, and here is Kama right there on the streets of Yokohama. And see that Ferris wheel in the distance? I'm pretty sure that's the one that they go up in. And I've got some photos and a video from up there, but Kamakea is awesome. Let's see here. Oh, this is a photo from the Ferris wheel looking down on the city and the harbor there. It looks like they got some kind of holiday lights going there. Isn't that cool? And then here's a picture from up there of Mount Fuji in the distance. Is that awesome or what? So I've seen so many photos of that. I'm sure seeing it in person must be pretty awe-inspiring. And so I am going to I've got a video here that they took from the top of the Ferris wheel. I'm just going to play that for you right now and come back.
Oh, we are at the very top now. Look.
Maybe top there.
Yeah, we're at the top now. Oh my goodness! Hello.
Maybe top.
Wow, we're at the top. I'm going. Oh, look at all those boats out there.
Maybe Mount Fuji は
Mount Fuji over there. Where?
Today 無理ね。Today cloud
Cloudy. Oh, we're at the top. Oh, very, very top. And I've been in that hotel. I stayed one night in that hotel right there. Landmark Hotel. Wow. So busy down here. So much Christmas lights. All the trees are lit up. Oh, and the lights.
There you go. Now, I have to admit, seeing that, I have this thing about heights, so I don't know how eager I would have been to go up on that. But it actually made me a little queasy just watching that. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it was an awe-inspiring view. No doubt, seeing the city and Mount Fuji and all that. And so, see a lot of great comments here. I'm sure you see them as well. There, Pooki, about commenting on your mom and your sister and all that good stuff. So I was happy to share that. Just one more pic. This is a little bit more personal. If we don't have pictures of other people to share, we'll have pictures of some of our own activities. Some of you know I teach and perform improv here in St. Louis and on Zoom at times, and here's a recent class that I had with some crazy people that come and just make stuff up with me. And sometimes it's a musical like improv class, or we're making up songs and lyrics on the spot. Sometimes it's just the acting part of it. It's like you'd see on Whose Line Is It Anyway? So, a little hobby of mine that I just love. And so there's some of the folks that are part of my improv community here in St. Louis. Let's see here. So I think now is a good time to go to our pre-recorded segment all about how to identify your limiting beliefs. And so, we knew ahead of time that Pooki would be out of town for 3 Sundays in a row, and we didn't want to go without her presence, and me carrying the whole thing, even though I'm happy to do that. So we pre-recorded a theme for each Sunday that she's not here. And this is a really good one to listen up, take some notes, and I would love to hear your comments about this during it and when we come back. And I'll be checking. And the nice thing about being able to play this for a little bit is Pooki and I can actually interact live in the comments for you, which we can't do when we're delivering it for obvious reasons. So here's something on, pull up a chair, get a cup of coffee, and let's talk about how to identify your limiting beliefs. Oh, Pooki, our topic today is a big, important one.
Oh my gosh, it's so important because without this, where would you begin?
Speaking of begin, it is the beginning of a 3-step process that we have been talking about, that we have been honing and developing. It's a 3-step process we use in our own lives,
yes,
and that we use in the people that we work with, and it can be summarized with 3 simple words, and that is heal, activate, and connect. That's right. That's a 3-step process that we boiled down everything that we know about personal growth and affirmations and personal development and, oh my gosh, overcoming obstacles and succeeding, and kind of broke them down into this process. And the first step with healing, is identifying, being aware of your limiting beliefs. We talk a lot on this channel and on our live streams about like overcoming them, like how to rewire your brain against it. But we probably had not spent enough time on just like identifying your limiting beliefs.
Right? How do you find out what they are?
That's right. Because these beliefs are part of your internal operating system that are working on the subconscious level. So quite often you are not aware of them.
Right.
But they're running your life.
They are navigating your ship. You don't even know it.
She did say ship, as in floating on.
Navigating your ship.
And your, stirring up your ship.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. And, because our limiting beliefs, just think about that. There are beliefs that limit us. There are beliefs that stop us from expressing ourselves as we truly are, right? So we could say that our limiting beliefs, they're actually lies. They're not even the truth. Mm-hmm. And we have these limiting beliefs, and they have come from many, many different places. Right, so we can look at our and from well-intended beings, such as our parents, our school teachers, maybe a pastor or minister,
friends, family, grandparents, TV,
siblings,
the media,
yes, all kinds, yes, so absolutely.
And so whatever age you are, your beliefs have been developed over a combination of all the things you've done and said and felt over the course of your life until this point, and your brain has wired them into your system to where you're not even aware.
No.
So that's why this step is often skipped in when people pursue personal growth, which is a great aspiration, but you start doing all the stuff and using all the tools, and you go, I'm still stuck in this place. Why is that? And one of the reasons may be that you haven't completely identified those limiting beliefs and brought them out into the open, where you can shine the light of awareness on them.
Yes,
right?
and awareness is the first key to Transformation.
So in this segment, we're not going to be talking about overcoming your limiting beliefs. We're going to be talking about identifying them, coming face to face with them, so that you know what you're dealing with.
What?
and then you can start all that work of excavating them, replacing them, and rewiring them. But until you know what they are, you're going to be doing all this work, maybe, and not wondering why it's not landing. Right? So there's a whole list of things here. Let's see if we can get through this in a concise thing. And so basically, you want to pay attention to things that trigger you, that challenge you. And one of the things that's really just most obvious on my channel is, since you come here to listen to my affirmations or our affirmations, and I've heard many comments over the years about, oh yeah, these raise me up, these raise my vibration. But I've heard many times people say, oh, I say that one, oh, and it doesn't feel authentic, or it makes me sad, or it makes me cry, or like your brain's going, no, that's not true. So just that alone, what affirmations trigger you with a negative response or a disbelief? There's a clue about what the underlying limiting belief is. And we should maybe, so there are beliefs that we have. There's an operating system, a belief system that we have, and there are, empowering beliefs that you have.
Absolutely.
And so let's not just negate all beliefs. So yeah, through experience and through, you may have mastered some technique or some way of thinking, and so you may have some confidence or whatever, and that's a belief that you want to maintain. And
think of the affirmations. Those are beliefs that you want to activate.
Exactly.
Right? Those are the beliefs that you want to experience. You want to know that is the truth of yourself. Right? And usually you'll come into these affirmations because you think the opposite of what you're affirming.
Right.
So that's a really powerful thing to look at too.
So yes, it's good to be aware of your empowering beliefs, but we want to really identify the limiting ones, because that's what's putting the emergency brake on your life and not allowing you to move forward and be the full expression of who you are.
Yeah, it slows you down.
So whenever you get triggered, whenever you have an emotional response to anything, there's an indication there's something as a belief, there's something that's triggering that, and so it's good to just stop and monitor and do some introspection. What caused that? Why am I feeling that way? Is there something in my past that maybe is a similar situation? Am I linking this to something unrelated to what's happening now, this person or this thing or this circumstance that's triggering it? But we often just kind of go through the motions, especially when we're in a heightened emotional state, right? You just kind of move on to the next thing or suppress it, but no, we want you to stop and not dwell on it and make it part of your identity, but just
ask some questions.
Yeah, that's a great way of just like trying to observe it from a distance.
Yeah, like step outside of it and just kind of look at it and like, what is actually happening here? What am I experiencing? What are my feelings right now? When was the first time that I felt this feeling? Maybe that can help you discover when this limiting belief actually was activated within your own being. Sometimes we find out it was when we were children, right? And so these beliefs are limiting, and we want to identify them so that we can move beyond them, right? Bring our awareness to them.
There's a lot of ways that these show up, but one of them is the imposter syndrome. If you heard about, when you go to pursue something, or even something that you've been at for a while, and you go, "Oh gosh, who am I really qualified to do this? Or they're going to find me out, and I'm a fake." And the thing is, no matter what level of success you're at, there's a little bit of that's always going to creep in. There's always going to be a negative voice. It's just you have to get on balanced terms with it. But when you feel that way, again, there's a limiting belief that you're not worthy, you don't deserve this position or this label or whatever, this role that you're wanting to play in life. So when you feel that way, do those self-examination questions. It's also very much related to your comfort zone, right? So all the goodness, all your future growth, your personal growth generally is outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And so
all kinds of limiting beliefs come up when you get into when you're in out of your comfort zone, right? They all start popping up, and you can just hear them fire, and it's really in those moments, take note, as to what it is that your brain is saying right now. Like, I can't do this. Oh my gosh, I'm so afraid. I'll die if I do that. I'll lose, whatever it is.
Respect.
Yeah, I'll lose respect. I'll lose my dignity. And so and you can just kind of take a look at that. So whenever you're going after something new, like you're challenging yourself in a new area, like you're going for that job, or you're gonna go and ask that person out for a date, like just like that. Oh my gosh, like when you have that thought of like, I'm going to actually call this person and ask them to go out with me. And then all of a sudden, all these thoughts come forward. Like, oh no, don't do it. You're not good enough. He or she is better than you. You don't deserve to be happy. But so pay attention, right? Because these are the moments when we can identify our limiting beliefs. And then once they become aware of them, we can then go to the next level, which is how do we heal them?
Yeah. And so, yeah, and they'll come up, I don't deserve not only this date, I don't deserve this job, I don't deserve this amount of money, I don't deserve this relationship.
I don't deserve to be happy.
Yeah. And the thing is, your goal is not to just totally rid yourself of these negative thoughts. You're never going to be.
You're never going to do that.
Be void of fear. So that's not the goal here. The goal is to become aware of what's slowing you down. And identifying them so that you can put them in their place, right?
Yeah, they go in the back seat.
Yeah. So, but if you don't know what you're replacing, it's just like I know my car needs something new. I just don't know what it is. I'm just gonna buying a bunch of parts and throwing it, or just I'm gonna wash the car, put a new coat of paint on it, but it still doesn't. It runs like crap. It's like you got to know what part is faulty to be able to fix it, right?
Right.
And not fix it like you're broken, but just to upgrade, and
Right.
and enhance things. One thing that we came up, I think this next section is going to be really. And these are like a series of like to call belief system Mad Libs. These are like fill in the blank questions. And I want to thank Lisa Shepard for helping us uncover some of these things. She did a little research of this topic for us and helped us really come up with some great things to share with you. So thank you, Lisa. So these are like questions that when you fill in the blank, like for instance, I don't have time to. When you use the excuse that I don't have time to do that. Maybe you don't, maybe there's something that's not in your wheelhouse or your area of genius or whatever. But quite often, if something you're pursuing and you're putting it off because you don't have time, there's another reason there that speaks to an underlying.
Yeah, we use that as a big excuse to not do things.
Even more so, I don't have what it takes to fill in the
Blank.
blank. Yeah, what is that thing that you're pursuing? And when that thought comes up, what's the belief?
Right.
Where did
Is
it come
it really
from?
true?
It's probably not. I'm not qualified to.
Blank.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be successful in or with blank because
Blank.
blank. Right. These are Mad Libs that you fill in, and the way you fill those in, and maybe you don't feel that way every day, but if you probably answer those questions in different ways at different times, and so just like
You might even be recalling some of the times when you've had these thoughts and take yourself back into what the situation was that created that thought.
I should probably come up with a worksheet or something that has all these list of
Yeah.
questions on them.
It's great.
How about if I succeed, I'm afraid that I'll.
Blank.
So what's the fear there?
Yeah.
Oh, if I fail at this, I'm afraid that I'll. So what's on that list for you? Oh, there's a lot of classics here. I'm just simply too old to.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Do that.
What's the opposite of that? I'm too young to do that. Let's see. I'm not smart enough to do X. Or I'm not knowledgeable enough. I don't know enough. Again, that imposter syndrome. How about I'm not attractive enough to pursue this thing that I want to do? Is that really true? Is it, and here's like just a general question. How would you fill in this blank? The world is basically a blank place.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
What adjective would you put in there? Huh?
That says a lot right there. The world is and like, what was the first word that came to your mind?
Yeah. The world is basically is it friendly place?
Wonderful.
Hostile place?
Happy. Scary. Fun.
The way you answer that speaks volumes to what your belief
What you're
system is.
creating.
Yeah. And is that a belief system that's serving you? If it does, if you say it's a happy place, good, then reinforce that.
Yeah.
Have your affirmations, just hammer that home. But if it's not one that's serving you, then that's a clue to where the work needs to be done. And that's which is the next step. But we're just focusing on first. You have to identify them. Here's a whole series of questions that I think would be really helpful. And the word "this" is going to you have to fill in the blank. When this happens, I feel this way, which leads to a decision or a behavior of mine, a reaction that you have, which then leads to this result, right? So when I turn down the offer to speak at my local whatever meeting, for whatever, let's say it's a writer's meeting or whatever, you're an aspiring writer. When I turn down my opportunity, I feel unqualified and relieved. I relieve the pressure of having to show up or be made a fool in front of the public because I really don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to writing, which leads to a decision. A decision of behavior, again, to not pursue it, not feel it, not probably write as much, which then leads to the result of you like not feeding your soul with the written word. That was a horrible made up example there, but I think you know where I'm going. But when this happens, I feel this way, which leads to this decision or behavior, which then leads to this result. You have to fill in those blanks for you, but you can.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're already thinking of ways that applies to your life, right? And then
good questions.
And then just one more thing. This is just another way to look at it. So this is all so far we've been looking at it through the lens of self-examination. Like, you want to totally be present, and monitor your thoughts objectively, not judgmentally or beating yourself up. It's about it's identifying your limiting beliefs without judgment, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that an important part of it?
This is going to help you.
Right.
We're talking about liberation, about being free from these thoughts.
It's not about finding fault. Like, I'm going to make a list of all these faulty ways I'm thinking. No, that's not the way to approach this. I'm trying to root out the faulty parts, or the parts that are not serving me. Again, you're not faulty, but these are just things that have obscured your brilliance. And then I made the windshield analogy before. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but there's something that's clogging your windshield or your window, and it's just not allowing you to see the brilliance of the world and who you are. And so the work of personal development is being able to clean that stuff away. But it's so you know what the gunk is that's obscuring your view. It's going to be harder to remove it.
So a really simple process in identifying these beliefs. Okay, so something triggers you. You notice where a belief shows up in your mind that doesn't serve you, and usually they're just like statements that don't speak to the highest aspect of your being, that are kind of condescending in their tone, right? Like, you're stupid, you don't know, you don't have enough of this, you're not good enough, you don't blah 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 blah, worthy, whatever, right? So when that shows up for you, right? So that is you. If you don't just bypass this and you stop right there, that's the moment of identification. Identify it. Wow. Okay, that's the identification, and then. Next thing that is really, really powerful is just ask yourself, is that true about you? Is that real? And I mean, just like really being honest. Is that really true about me? Is that really true about me? And what you'll find is you'll find that it's not really true about you. It is a lie. It really is a lie. That's what a limiting belief is. And limiting beliefs, like, they're navigating your life. If you stay in an unaware state with them, they will navigate your life, and they will direct your life, and they're driving your car. They're driving your car. When you become aware of them, and then you can ask yourself if it's really true, and you know that it's not true for you. Then all of a sudden you can tell that limiting belief to get in the back seat. You're not driving anymore, because it's going to show up again. That voice is going to come up again. You don't ever get rid of them. I'm sorry to say you don't. They're just there. They're just kind of there. Right. They just kind of show up less and less and less as time goes on, but they still show up. So you can recognize this voice coming up out of the back seat, and like you go, oh, no. You're just here along for the ride. I know that you're here, but you're not driving anymore. You're not in the front seat. We're in the front seat. We're driving. My expansive, positive, powerful beliefs are what's driving my vehicle right now, and my limiting beliefs are in the back seat, and they get to be there. Because they are going to show up again. People think that, you do this work and then they disappear and they never come back. And then they're horrified when they have that thought again, thinking that there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's something, it's just that it just will continue to show up. And it's that opportunity for you to once again stand in your power and say, no, this is who I am.
And
This is who I am.
And that's veering into the topic of overcoming the limiting beliefs, which is a whole nother, which is the next phase in this heal, activate, connect process. It's still part of the heal category. But just one more thing as far as identifying them, because sometimes people have a little bit of a challenge reflecting on themselves. You're so close to yourself, you don't often see your limiting beliefs. So one final little tip there is, what limiting beliefs do you recognize in others? So you have friends, you have family members when you're going, oh, they're not pursuing that goal because they think this way, or they have this disgruntled attitude because of this belief. And so observing that in other people might shed some light on how you're processing things, and you might actually recognize in other people issues that you're having within your own self that you maybe didn't realize. So
have you ever said to your girlfriend, when she says something negative about herself, like, you just look at her and say, do not talk about my girlfriend like that. Don't do it.
I've heard you say that
Right.
to your friends. Yeah.
Yep. I'll hear my friends say something that doesn't honor them, and I'll say, you're not allowed to talk about my best friend like that. You are not allowed to. Nope, I'm not tolerating that.
Yeah. That's another thing. What advice would you give to other people that you're not giving to yourself? That's another way to look at this too.
Yeah.
So this is a great topic. So I hope this helped you.
Yeah.
And you could use all these tools to just stop and spend an entire week, in a journal or whatever, and just moving through your day as best you can to monitor your thoughts. Every time you have a reaction to something, ask yourself, what's triggering that? What's the underlying belief that inspired that reaction? Write them all down. Go through some of these questions that we posed, and that's the first step.
It's awesome.
Personal transformation as you
You're
move.
going to be amazed.
That's right.
This is going to benefit you big time.
That was great, Pooki.
Yeah, good job, Bob.
All right, and now
You're so amazing.
once again, back to you,
Back to you, Bob.
Well, I said some really brilliant things there, and there was no sound. I really, man, oh man, it was brilliant too. I was going to say, I hope you enjoyed that segment. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. And I hope you enjoyed that segment. I saw a lot of comments there about Control Alt Delete and like banishing these thoughts. And I was just basically making a point that your goal in life is not to rid yourself of any negative thoughts. It's to lessen their impact. The problem is that people give these limiting beliefs. They give it a megaphone, a microphone. They put it in the center stage of their life to where it powers everything that they do. But the real trick is just they're always going to be there. So you want to just get on friendly terms with them, identify them, and then put them in their place. So yeah. I hope that helps. So last night. We usually do some affirmations right after these segments, but I wasn't like really feeling affirmations here. But I thought it would be actually more appropriate just to have a list of questions here, and so it kind of summarizes a lot of the stuff that we talked about. And so here are just some questions to ponder to help again identify your limiting beliefs. So here they are. So what affirmations trigger a negative reaction? Many of you listen to my affirmations. Some of you on the daily, as it's been said here, and so when you say things and something feels uncomfortable, there's an opportunity to identify what's triggering that. What's the underlying belief that's making that feel wrong for you? Another one: what thoughts come up when you go outside of your comfort zone? When you try to do something new and there's fear there. Again, there's nothing wrong with feeling fear. Don't beat yourself up about it. But it is pointing to or illustrating that there is some sort of a limiting belief behind that, and just kind of become aware of what that is. So these are all opportunities to identify those negative or limiting beliefs. Another one: what fearful voice do you hear when you set a big, bold, bodacious goal? It's a phrase that Pooki and I came up with recently that you'll probably be hearing us talk a lot more about. A big, bold, bodacious goal. So when you set a big goal and you start moving toward it, there's all this uncertainty and fear. What's underlying that? What is triggering that? What aspect of it? Fear of success, fear of failure, fear I don't know what I'm doing, imposter syndrome. Again, nothing wrong with feeling these things. But identifying the underlying cause or related to an experience or something that is, in your mind would be really helpful. Also, what circumstances trigger an imposter syndrome feeling? When do you feel that way? Again, no shame in feeling that way, but just being aware. Instead of just like moving on to the next thing and ignoring it, do a little introspection. What is triggering that? And then finally, what is the biggest mental block? Just a general question. What's the biggest mental block that holds you back in general? So these are all a series of questions that you can ask yourself to help identify the limiting beliefs. And then the next stage, of course, once you've done this introspection and you kind of have a greater awareness of it, then you can start to replace them and recognize them when they come up, which then will allow you to move forward before, regardless of them being present. There we go. Oh, I got a topic for one of your next lives: how to set a big, bold, bodacious goal. We may cover that because, we're really going to be talking a lot. Pooki and I just realized the importance of having something. Like some of the big turning points in our lives were when we decided to focus on something that was pretty audacious or bodacious, and all the unintended benefits that came from pursuing that and achieving that, or at least achieving some aspect of that. So I think you'll be hearing a lot more about that. So those are the questions instead of the affirmations. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to lighten the mood a little bit, don't you? I actually did a little research, and I found the first time that we officially did Bob's Comedy Corner. I'm gonna have to play that for you because there's some interesting stuff. But I think it was early on. It was like January or February of last year. But so even though we've been doing these lives for 2 years, Bob's Comedy Corner is just less than a year old. Still learning to walk. But yes, it's now time for It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Should do be why. There you go. Yes, we always have these segments in case you're catching this for the first time by any chance. Yeah, every Sunday we lighten things up with a little should do be why segment. I actually know the first person. I saw it. I'm gonna have to grab that clip and play it at the end of the year. The very first person that put "Shadoobie Wah" in the comments there was the very first time I played this theme song, and that's interesting, and it became a thing here almost a year later. So as you know, I like to look at. Sometimes I'll use this date in history. Anything significant happened on this particular date to use as an inspiration for a theme for some humor. These are all like lame puns and dad joke type of things, family friendly. But on this date in 1996, the unmanned space vehicle Mars Pathfinder was launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, to explore the surface of Mars. And so I thought, what better thing to do than to have a series of jokes on Mars, Martians, space travel. I think it's the perfect thing to do. So I got a long list here. Let's get through them quickly. Pop in your favorites. If there's one that particularly hits your funny bone, go ahead and pop it in there so I know what's connecting with you. Ready? Here we go. Where do you leave your spaceship when you visit Mars? Well, at the parking meteor. What's the best way to schedule a trip to Mars? Plan it. Oh, here we go. After the Martians visited Earth, why did they come back for more Earthlings? Well, they needed some extra terrestrials. Terrestrials. It's a hard word to say. What is it called when you get your rover stuck in a rut on Mars and you complain about it? It's a fourth world problem. Oh, here's an alien etiquette point to ponder. If humans made jokes about Martians, is that considered spacist? Why don't many aliens like to party at the Mars bar? Well, they don't like the atmosphere. I'm looking forward to your comments. I'm sure there's so many favorites here. Why did the man from Mars log on to his computer? Well, to update his Facebook status. Facebook status, that is. Which is the most common currency on Mars? Starbucks. Why did the man from Mars move from the Milky Way galaxy to the soy Milky galaxy? Because he was galactose intolerant. Oh my God, it's amazing that I see there's an inner critic in my voice right now going, Bob, you're really sounding dumb. But I just ignored that and keep moving forward because I know the benefit is greater than, okay. What do Martians like to eat for breakfast? Nothing. They prefer to wait for launch. Two more left, folks. What does a Martian use to tie his spaceship to the docking station? An astronaut. And finally, which Brady Bunch kid was seriously into science fiction? Martian. There you go. That has been this week's segment of It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Should to be why. All right, there you go. I hope you found that to be funny. Oh, we got the hilarious LOL. Love the jokes. Love these. We have several friends and neighbor who work at the Space Center. Oh, that's right. You are, Lisa. You're pretty close to Cape Kennedy, Canaveral, whatever the heck it's called these days. Brandy's boyfriend said, "Okay, that one was funny." Hey, 1 out of 30, I think, is doing pretty good considering how Lisa says, "Dude, I'm cracking up." If I can get a dude out of you, then I'm doing well. All right, so here's what we're gonna do now. I think the last week or two we were missing. Even Pooki's going, "Oh my goodness, super funny, Bob." You would think she would be immune to that by now. All right, see you, Lisa. Galactose intolerant, classic, Dave says. Cool. I think the last week or two, though, we've missed some of the dance party. Some of you like that electronic music, especially stuff from our Soul Massage album. And so I am going to play a song called Set Your Vision Free, which definitely has I think some people have said an 80s vibe. It's definitely electronic dance music. So I'm going to, and leave some comments here, either what you got out of our talk about your limiting beliefs. Maybe you could talk about here. Actually, this is a good one. We talked about the big bold bodacious goal. Post your big bold bodacious goal. What's something you want to achieve in the new year, and make it big and scary. And so just post your ideal one big, bold, bodacious goal. And I'm going to highlight comments while this song is playing because there's really nothing else to watch except a little groovy background. All right. So there's your task. I'll be looking for those comments and popping them in while this song plays. But if you feel like getting up and dancing, you know what, Deanne, it's dance time. But all those you can move around, sing along, but post your comments. What is your big, bold, bodacious goal? Here we go.
The time is now.
So come on. Come on.
Is now.
Come on. Come on.
Is now.
It's not a mystery. You see what you believe. How you think and feel is what will make it real. Will make it real. Oh, jump up, get ready to move. Feel the beat, get into the groove. Then hold a vision of how it will be. Now act upon it, and then you will see. Well, come on. Divinity in your infinity. You know there is no lack, so don't hold back. Don't hold back. Oh, jump up, get ready to move. Feel the beats, get into the groove. Then hold a vision of how it will be. Now act upon it, and then you will see. Well, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Anything you want to create right now. Anything that you want to envision for your life right now, it's possible. We're living in a land of miracles. Set your mind free. Set your mind free to believe. Believe all you can be. Set your mind free. Let it be, let it be. Oh, let it be free. Let your mind be free. Let your mind be free. You can be anything that you want to be.
So don't hold back.
It's no mystery. You can be anything that you want to be. Baby, set your mind free. Set your mind free. Oh, have a vision for your life. You are divinity in this infinity. Set your vision free. Set your vision free. You are divinity in this infinity. Set your vision free. Set your vision free. Have a vision for your life.
So don't hold back. So don't hold back.
What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Have a vision for your life. The time is now. So don't hold back. Don't hold back. Oh, jump up, get ready to move. Feel the beats, get into the groove. Then hold a vision of how it will be. Now act upon it, and then you will see. Well, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, jump up, get ready to move. Feel the beats, get into the groove. Then hold a vision of how it will be. Now act upon it, and then you will see. Well, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. The time is now. Come on.
God, I'm doing it again. I cannot. I got to put a sign. I got to put a note there just to unmute my damn self because I've done that twice now. You would think that after the first one, I would have learned. So thank you. Thank you so much for reminding me. Oh my good God. Thank you for sharing all of those goals. Yeah, they were amazing, and we will be talking more about that in the new year. And in fact, I think it's going to be a part of an ongoing discussion that we're going to be having in 2023. Look at Coyote there. He's chilling on his sleigh. Oops, I did it again, just like Brittany. That's right. So I got to do something to remind myself. So anyway, we're going to head into the stretch here. If you don't already, please subscribe to the channel, like this video and share it. But if you don't subscribe, and many people who watch my videos all the time don't even subscribe, it's free, and you can become one of the 208,000 subscribers now to this channel. I'm so blessed to those amazing numbers. I never saw this coming years ago, but I'm so grateful. Do not take that for granted. So please subscribe and then hit the little notification bell so that it'll remind you. I think pretty much every time I post a new video, about 3 a week. Although I'm doing more. Actually, I'm doing more shorts. Those like less than a minute videos and all that good stuff. And so subscribe to the channel. I want to remind you once again also to get on the email list. That's how we're going to be getting information out about the big bodacious goal and all and the other things that we're up to. We got some exciting things in the new year, and surely we'll be posting some of that stuff on YouTube. But our email list is going to be the primary way. So if you're not on that list, bobbakerinspiration.com, bobbakerinspiration.com. Fill out the form there, click submit. I'll even give you 6 free MP3 downloads for your personal use, just to taking the 2 seconds to sign up. And then, as I always like to remind you, you have to take the additional step of going to your inbox, opening the email that has a confirmation link to prove that you're a human and not a bot, and that way it'll officially add you to the list. If you don't take that second step, you won't get any emails from me. So do that right now, bobbakerinspiration.com. Also to remind you, it's if you don't already, do you have a copy of my book called The Power of Affirmations and Positive Self-Talk? Many of you do, because I know we've signed autographed copies. to you either in person or we've shipped them to you. But mostly they're available on Amazon and pretty much wherever books are sold online. And it's even available as an audiobook as well on Audible and Amazon and wherever and places like that. There's an ebook version, really affordable. God, the paperback's only like $10. The ebook's like $5. Pretty low price there for the audiobook as well. So if you don't have that, consider getting one. And they make great holiday gifts for your favorite person that needs a little bit of a boost. So thanks for continuing to post your big, bold, bodacious goals. That's awesome. Let's see here. I'm going to play a final song here. And while I'm doing it, you can continue to post your goals if you haven't done that, or you can post a takeaway. What did you get out of this? What are you going to use this coming week related to the topic of identifying your limiting beliefs? So it's up to you. And I'll just check in after the song, highlight some of the more prominent ones there, either your goal or your takeaway related to identifying your limiting beliefs. And then we'll move on with our day. And so I'm so glad that Pooki was able to join us in the chat there. Again, it's after midnight. Well, now it's almost 1:30 in the morning in Japan, where she is. So let me get this here. All right. This is another song. This song is about 15 years old, something like that. And it's definitely about finding the answers. And where are those answers located? Well, this song is about, when you're feeling down, you're looking for answers. Well, I'm just going to play it and stop talking about it. All right, here we go. Your life is lost and found, and you're losing ground day to day. Instead of a lucky break, another mistake comes your way. You don't know who you are, and you fell so far so soon. You're looking outside yourself, though you cannot help but lose. If you're searching for something out there to hold on to, but you can't get a grip on. If you're looking for someone to show you the way, and you can't seem to find him, time to turn to the only one who will help you light the way. You know it's true that someone is you. You feel like you're all alone and your telephone's on the blink. You're walking a thin white rope and your gyroscope's out of sync. You wanna sing rescue me, it's a travesty, you say. Life is so unfair, why should you care anyway? Well, if you're searching for something out there to hold on to, but you can't get a grip on, if you're looking for someone to show you the way, and you can't seem to find her, time to turn to the only one who will help you light the way. You know it's true that someone is you. The truth is not out there. You can't search everywhere. The only place you find the truth is right inside of you. Right inside of you. If you're searching for something out there to hold on to, but you can't get a grip on, if you're looking for someone to show you the way, and you can't seem to find them, time to turn to the only one who will help you light the way. You know it's true that someone is you. You know it's true, it's right inside of you. You know it's true It's right inside of you. You know it's true. Right inside of you. You know it's true. It's right inside of you. There you go. The hits keep coming. And so I see a name in the chat that I just want to acknowledge. So Jennifer Rezer, you probably weren't expecting me to call you out here, but I was looking through the archives. I wanted to find out when Bob's Comedy Corner started, and I don't remember the date. It's either like late January or February. I went back, and I'm going to highlight this, but the very first time that I used the little video, like with the theme song, whatever that date was, and I officially started calling it Bob's Comedy Corner, you, if I'm not mistaken, Jennifer, you were the first person to type Shadoobie Wah in the comments. So here you are, almost a year later, still here. So you hold the honor of being the first one to acknowledge Shadoobie Wah, and look what it has become. I'm unmuted. Oh, good. Now I'm paranoid every time I start talking after something. So yeah, you may hold that honor, and I'm gonna try to find that. Yeah, maybe I'll do a screenshot of it or something. So because I couldn't remember when we started doing it, especially with the theme song and everything. So thank you for picking up on that. Jennifer goes, yes. So here, let me just highlight some comments, and then I think it's time to sign off and move on with our days. So let's see some takeaways here. There's a lot of them. I'll get to. Oh, hi Kate. Takeaway: can easily bust through any limiting beliefs. Oh, there's Pooki Lee. Oh, wait, let me lower this down so I'm not blocking. There you go. All of you are incredible beings who deserve all the best life has to offer. Love you bunches. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you. I'm a Bob and Pooki groupie. Bob and Pooki groupie. There's something rhyming kind of there. Thank you. Cherie says, truly look deep inside yourself and you will find your best self. Oh, look at all the lovely comments here. Thank you, Deanne. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Dave says, I found most of my answers through reading the affirmations from that book. I guess my book, tuning into this weekly show, and from reading Bob's 3 times per week. And 3 times per week, I text affirmations. Great song, Roberto. I appreciate that. Melody says, liked Pooki saying affirmations are beliefs you want to activate. Never thought of it that way. Oh, Pookie's saying affirmations are beliefs that you want to activate. Yeah. As you know, a belief is simply a thought that you've thunk over and over again, repeatedly. So if you want to establish and install a new belief, you get a new thought that you repeat over and over until it's ingrained. And it takes time to uproot the other one, or at least dissolve the other one, or the ones that don't serve you, and replace them with new ones. So yeah, these are beliefs that you want to activate. That is a great way of looking at it. So if you're feeling like, oh, this stuff is not working, I'm still being hampered by my old faulty whatever things that are holding you back. Just know that time over time, Deanne will tell you that too. She said earlier she didn't believe the affirmations at first, but she kept stating them, kept doing the work, and now it's a part of who she is. And that's what we all want. We want this to become second nature for us. We're not doing it because it's something we have to do. We're behaving and showing up in the world because that's who we are. And you have to do that work intentionally to get to that point. Takeaway, do the uncomfortable. I did use gyroscope in the song, didn't I? It's somewhere in there. Oh, yeah, your gyroscope's out of sync. There ain't many pop songs that have gyroscope in them. You're welcome. Feeling that high vibe, love energy. Thank you for the kind words, Monica. Love that. And yes. And let's see here. I think we're gonna wrap it up at that. You guys are so awesome. Really do appreciate you showing up here every Sunday, and supporting each other and being part of this global community. We're going to continue to do this in the new year, and we're going to find some new ways to lift each other up. So just stay tuned, get on the email list, subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. You know what to do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you all soon. Miss you and love you, Pookie. She'll be back in St. Louis and in your homes again really soon. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye bye. Keone, wave goodbye.